Today we're talking about the 5 compelling reasons why INFJs should walk alone. Because the thing is this, INFJs tend to do their own thing. INFJs tend to walk the road less traveled. But the truth is that on some level, we still feel like, oh, it would be that much nicer if we could connect with others, if we wouldn't feel so alone. And the truth is, you don't have to feel alone. You don't have to feel like you're an outsider. But in order to get to this place, you have to actively choose to walk alone. And today we're going to talk about how you're going to make that choice, what that entails, and all the benefits that those choices will bring you. Before we get started, I want to remind you the next INFJ Epic Life Bootcamp is launching May 6th. So make sure you're on that waiting list so you get access to the early bird price and get notified once we go live. I'm really excited to see you there. Everything you need to know you can find in the links in the description. Reason number 1 why INFJs need to walk alone is because INFJs are very impressionable. This is something we have to be aware of. Being impressionable means that we absorb so much from our environment. We absorb positive things and we absorb negative things. But mainly we are absorbing, which means that we are rather aware of what's going on in other people's dreams, in their potential, in their reality, than we are aware of what is going on within us, what we want, what our dreams are, what our potential is, and what the next step is that is necessary to get us to the best place possible for us. So we have to be aware that choosing ourselves and letting go of people who are not in our best interest is incredibly important. It's not just something that happens because we have no other choice, because we have to say, I'm either going to choose me or people are not going to like me. None of this. It's all about actively making the choice that whatever you want to do and what is important for your future is going to be priority number 1. And that leads us to reason number 2, wanting to help others. So we're not just impressionable, right? It's not just something that, when we're around other people, we absorb so much of their energy. We also want to help. And helping others is something that is dear to our heart. And the last thing I would ever tell you is stop wanting to help people. Wanting to help people is a good thing, particularly because we want to use our gifts to do so. This is not just about, I'm going to help you carry your groceries. It's about understanding what is going on within them, and being able to tap into that and help them get to the next place. This is something that we love to do. And because we love it so much, we're probably going to do it even in situations that are not good for us and that are not good for the other person. So we might be enabling others to use us as a crutch. We might help others in order to, stop looking at what's going on in our life. And the list is super long. So we have to be aware of that the more we surround ourselves with people who need our help in a very psychologically close environment, the less we're going to actually focus on how to improve our own life. And you might at first glance say, okay, but that's selfish. And, why would I want to improve my life when part of my life is helping others? I can guarantee you one thing, having been in both of those scenarios, so somebody who's helping everybody around me, like right there, close friends, family members, people who are very psychologically close to me, and on top of that, choosing people in my life who I can help, or saying, I'm first going to make sure I'm okay, and then I'm going to help people. Because the fact is, whatever you want to do, like that gift inside of you, your way of helping out others, it will come out one way or another. The question is just, am I going to do it in a healthy setting? Am I going to do it within an outlet that is being beneficial for others and myself? Or am I going to do in situations where it creates, codependent relationships where you might be enabling others and are neither helping yourself nor others? So keeping in mind that you want to help people in any kind of situation, that in itself should be one more reason for you to say, I'm going to walk the road alone. I'm going to choose a path that makes sense for me. I'm going to focus on myself because that will ensure that you're creating a healthy outlet where you can use your gifts and are actually bringing positive results for you and for others. Reason number 3 why INFJs should walk alone is because we very often rely on others. We are very emotionally independent. We are very mentally independent in so many ways, right? We are actually the sidekick. We're actually the ones who are helping others. We are not the ones who need help from others. But what we very often underestimate is the fact that we rely on others for SE, as in extroverted sensing, as in getting stuff done. We're the ones who have the plan. We're the ones who are encouraging others. But we heavily rely on others to actually get this stuff done in the real world, because that's something that we struggle with. But we have to be aware that as long as we rely on others so heavily to get the stuff done in the real world, we'll always have to compromise on our goals and our dreams. Because there's no way to get your vision come to life unless you're the one who's making those steps happen. And unless you are the one who says, this is the way we're going to do it. So we have to be aware that if we choose ourselves and our own path, yes, the road might be a little bit harder in the beginning. The road may be longer in the beginning. Your path is going to develop over time, but it's going to get easier. And on top of that, you're going to go towards a destination that you want. I can guarantee you one thing. Every single time you rely on others to be the part that is the execution one, and you're just the one who sort of gives idea and is melting with others, you're always going to compromise on your path, on your vision, and on your desires. But if you choose to walk alone, you will learn that you're capable of making it happen. It will give you self-confidence to make it happen. And you will know that although it might take a little bit longer in the beginning, you got absolutely everything you need to bring your vision to life. Reason number 4 why the INFJ needs to walk alone is because it builds the persistence muscle, right? In order to get anything done in this world, we need to be persistent. This is not just an INFJ thing. This is a people thing. This is just nature. You need to be persistent and you need to be consistent. And it has to happen out of, this is part of my identity. I'm not doing this out of willpower or because I'm disciplined, because relying on willpower and discipline just doesn't work. And it definitely doesn't work for us INFJs, because we're the type of person who likes to lay back. We are the type of person who likes to sit and think. We are not the ones who are going to be the typical workaholic. We're not like the born doer. So we have to get to a place where it just becomes part of our nature to keep moving forward and to keep moving forward in the direction that we decide is the right one for us. In order to make that happen, we have to build a persistence muscle. There's this example I like to use very often, which is if your entire life you've been walking down, a cornfield in a particular direction, right? Then there's going to be a path there. And this is the path you've always gone. This is the path that leads you to the average life, to a life that is, okay, that is accepted, that is part of the game. It's the one that naturally happens when we follow society's rules. But the truth is, this path isn't harder or easier than any other path. But in that certain situation, you only have created one path so far. So in order to create a new path, you have to do the groundwork. You have to lay flat that path. You have to decide where to go. You have to cut down, everything that's in your way. So of course, creating that path is going to be difficult. But once this path is created, once you've gone through it over and over again, it will be just as easy as the path before. And that's what we want to get to. We want to create a life that is not only helping us to create the INFJ epic life of our dreams, but we also want it to be easy. It's supposed to be easy. It can be easy. What is going to be difficult though is the transition, is making that shift. But if you have no other choice, if you have decided that you're going to walk alone, and really be aware of what I'm saying here, walking alone means choosing your truth, because there is nobody in this world who has the same truth as you have. Not another INFJ, not me, nobody. Every single one of us has their unique way of viewing the world and has a unique way of seeing what potential, is in front of you. So if you choose to walk that path, you're definitely walking it alone. People will join you, you will get help at some point, but it's you who has to make the decision to walk alone and to know I'm going to be enough and I'm going to be good, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be proud of the person I'm becoming. I'm going to be proud of the choices that I'm making. And the longer you go down that road, the easier it's going to be. That's what I mean when I say you're building a persistency muscle. It's not that the path is actually easier than it was before, but you now have the muscles to make it happen. It is just part of what is your normal routine, your normal behavior, and it's not going to necessarily require less effort. You just now have more muscles to make it happen. So overall, it seems just as easy as everything else. Remember, that's what the INFJ Epic Life Bootcamp is all about. Like learning really deeply how to make those switches in our mind and in reality so we can keep building that persistence in our life and walk towards the path that we want. Because it might seem very difficult now, it might be just an idea, but the more often you do it and the more you apply the right amount of strategies that work for you as an INFJ, the easier it's going to be. It becomes like second nature. And reason number 5, why the INFJ needs to walk alone is because we need more time to decompress. And we also need more time to get inspired. So we have to be aware that this is part of our overall life strategy. This is not something that is, a weakness, as in, oh, other people need, only 5 hours to recharge. I need 3 days. This is not a weakness. This is a way for us to get the biggest, impact we want and we need. We're people who have instant ideas. We are people who get inspired about where life is supposed to be taking us. And in order to have the space to make that happen, we need to, decompress. We need to remove ourselves from external energy. This goes back to the point that we are impressionable. And on top of that, we need that space in order to be able to fill it up with our needs and our wants. So when you choose to walk alone, when you choose to spend a lot of time by yourself and you make it a conscious choice and you're not saying, oh, I am just ending up with this because nobody wants to hang out with me, you change your entire perspective and you see that this is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And when you start creating new connections or change the connection dynamics that you do have, they will always happen with this underlying theme of I'm walking alone, I'm making my decisions, and I'm giving myself the space and the time to, follow my own path and get the INFJ Epic Life I always wanted and I know I can make happen. Remember, if you want some more insights, some more strategies, some more mentorship when it comes to creating your INFJ Epic Life, then join the next bootcamp, sign up for the waiting list, get access to the early bird price, get notified once we go live, and join the hundreds of INFJs who've gone through the bootcamp so far and have had amazing results. Everything you need to know you can find in the links in the description. And if you want to watch another video now that is in alignment with today's topic, then watch the video when the INFJ finally embraces their mind-blowing nature. This is what happens.